Hello and welcome back to Ace Academy. I've still got some time before I head home. What do I feel like doing tonight? Show or Valor? I haven't talked to Show in ages. I feel productive today, but I don't want to hit the books and study just yet. I know a good way to channel this energy. I walk out of the gym. Other than my physical education class, I haven't been getting any exercise. I need to get back into a solid routine. I head to the rec centre and get changed in the lockers, and as I make my way to the weight room, I pass the gymnasium. Normally it's empty, but today it's full of people. Is there a class going on right now? Unable to curb my curiosity, I take a peek into the room. The gym's decked out with equipment, balance beams, still rings, parallel bars, and even bars, pommel horses, etc. I can't see the floor beneath the layer of blue mats, and students seem to flip and fly from all corners of the room. And my mouth drops open in wonder as I spot a very familiar face hanging on the still rings. Show? At the sound of his name, Show turns towards the sound of my voice and loses his grip, and I wince as he comes crashing into the mat below. After a second he gets up, rubs his head and looks at me. My bad. I feel a little guilty. Sorry about that, man. Show's signature smile graces his face.
Don't sweat it, Broseph.
What are you doing here? Show wipes the sweat off his face with his towel.
Trying to balance on the still rings.
No, I didn't exactly picture you as a gymnastics type of guy.
Why not? It helps with staying fit, build strength, flexibility, core training.
A pair of girls walk past us wearing the Ace Academy gym wear. Their stomachs completely flat and they have, perky features. They flash us smiles as they walk by.
Flexibility.
You already said that one.
Did I?
His attention is on another group of girls practicing their splits in the corner. And, that has nothing to do with it? He grins.
It's a bonus.
I'm pretty sure that's the main course for you.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
We both grin.
Plus, you're competing with yourself to always be better.
Huh?
You set personal records for yourself, and then the next time you come, you try to beat them.
I'm not entirely sure where he's going with this. Like, how long you can hold yourself up, I guess.
That's just step one. Once you're comfortable just holding your weight, then you start doing tricks like handstands. It's a lot harder than you think.
He motions towards the still bars.
Try it.
Ah, boy. Let's give it a go. I psych myself up. Alright, let's do it.
That's the spirit.
I jump up and catch the still rings, letting my body hang. The rings wobble around as I try to pull myself up. Oh, this is a lot harder than I thought it'd be.
Use your core.
Helpful, dude. I squeeze my core tight to try and do a pull-up. The rings shake precariously. I have to hold them. Just don't panic. Keep it steady. Steady, there it is. I manage to steady myself, and after finding my center of balance, I slowly do 3 pull-ups in a row. Show watches on with interest. Afterwards, I let go and drop to my feet.
You sure you haven't done this before? You were a pro!
I grin. Nope. I knew I had nothing to worry about. Piece of cake.
Show!
A girl I don't recognize waves at Show as she races over.
How's it going?
Hey, Hitomi.
She looks me up and down, and she smiles with interest.
Who's your impressive friend?
You saw him too?
She nods.
Hitomi, meet Broseph. Broseph, meet Hitomi.
She blinks.
Broseph?
Show nods and beams. It's Richard.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Why is he surprised? I nod slowly. He rubs his chin in thought.
I've been calling you Broseph for so long I forgot.
Jesus Christ, dude. Hitomi laughs and playfully touches Show's arm.
That's adorable!
Show beams.
I'm just about done. How about you?
I'm almost done too.
Okay, I'm going to start packing. Come find me when you want to head out.
Show nods, and Hitomi smiles at him and then waves at me.
Nice to meet you.
Same. She bounces out of the gym, and I assume she's going to change in the locker rooms. you two know each other well.
Kind of. We met in this class. Her dorm building is actually the one next to mine.
That's pretty coincidental.
I know, right? Anyway, we ran into each other once, and when she realized we lived so close together, she insisted that we walk back together ever since.
The way that she acts towards Sho, it's obvious that she has more than a casual interest in him. Of course, knowing Sho, that fact isn't obvious to him. Not my business. Look, I'm staying the hell out of it. Besides, he's clearly oblivious to the fact that Mayu has a crush on him as well, so, you know. But I do not want to stick my nose where it doesn't belong. Alright, man. Sounds like you'll be heading off soon, and I still have to go work out. Sho nods.
It was good seeing you. You should stop by again.
I'll think about it. Sho gives me a brosif fist bump, and we head our separate ways. I work out until it's time to head home. The house is pretty quiet when I get home. Uncle Kado's working his crazy hours, and Nikki's probably still at her club. Stifling a yawn, I trudge upstairs. It's been a long day, and all I want to do is relax. As I pass Nikki's room, I notice her door's closed. Guess she's home after all. I think nothing of it until I hear a deep, extremely male laugh behind Nikki's closed door, and Nikki's giggle shortly follows. What? Okay, this is the point at which you knock, politely introduce yourself, and then threaten to murder him if he hurts her. In a polite and friendly way. This is the older brother code as far as I know. I'm an only child, so I've never experienced this from either end, but, you know. As far as I'm aware, that is the protocol. What is this? There's a boy in Nikki's room, and they're behind closed doors. Not on my watch. I burst into her room. Which part of knock politely did you not get, moron? Nikki's eyes widen and her mouth drops open. The boy twists to look at me from the chair beside the bed. There's a boy in your room.
What are you doing?
Who is this guy? Nikki leaps from the bed and tries to push me away, but I stay rooted to the ground. Is this Ken? I turn to the guy, ignoring Nikki, pulling on my arm. Are you Ken? He freezes like a deer in headlights and stammers out an affirmation.
Yes?
Oh, I love the fact that his terrible nickname's been applied to him.
Leave him alone. We're just studying.
Studying? Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Oh my god, never been so embarrassed to have a character named after me. As I say, knock politely, introduce yourself, threaten to murder him. It's not difficult.
Yes? What? No! Studying as in studying!
She points to her bed, and I take another look around the room. Nikki's bed is sprawled with books, tablets, laptops. Ken's holding an open textbook in his lap, a look of pure terror on his face. I'm not fooled. I know underneath that good kid facade's a demon just waiting to pounce on my cute, innocent Emoto. I have no idea what that word is or what it means.
Ken is in my class, and we have an exam next week.
I glare at Ken, who cowers from my stare.
So, now that you know nothing weird is happening, get out!
I cross my arms. Actually, I think I'll stay and help you two study.
What?
Whatever you're learning now, I'm sure I've already studied it.
Don't you have your own homework you can do? We're studying fine without you.
Are you sure about that? I think Ken here would appreciate the help. I glare at Ken, who gulps hard and nods.
Actually, it would be an honor to have the help of an ace pilot.
No, it wouldn't.
I narrow my eyes at Ken. Very suspicious. I've got my eyes on you. Fine.
Does that mean you'll leave now?
I never break eye contact with Ken. I'm watching you. So whatever you're thinking, don't. Ken nods rapidly, clearly shaken.
I won't! I mean, I'm not thinking. I mean, not like that.
I give him one final glare before walking out of the room. Nikki goes to close the door. Door open.
Fine, if that'll make you stop being crazy.
Before I leave, I make the universal "I'm watching you" sign with my fingers. Ken's eyes widen even further. Oh, God. Okay, here's the thing. If your little sister, who incidentally is, what, 17? Does indeed have a bloke round, that's her business, not yours. Now, you can give them the classic friendly warning, which is, if you break her heart, I will rip yours out. But her decision, dude. Oh, for God's sake. Luckily, my room is across from Nikki's, and I leave my door open too, while I try to work on my assignments. But I'm too distracted to focus as I strain to hear what they're talking about. Every so often I hear them repeat a math formula, or compare answers on equations. Huh. Guess they really are studying. This time! Eventually I give up and watch videos on MeTube. Oh, incidentally, has anybody seen the thing about YouTube's new YouTube Heroes bullshit? Yeah, that's gonna be a complete and utter... Yeah, I'm not sure if I can get away with using the phrase cluster mess. Because it's gonna get abused royally. Seriously, it's like the guys at the top of YouTube have no goddamn idea what makes their website work properly. Anyway. After about 2 hours, Ken goes home, and Nikki slams the door shut to her room. Sheesh, what's her problem? Now that I can finally focus again, I finish up my assignments and easily fall asleep afterwards. I wake up naturally for once and enjoy my chance to sleep in. Oh, is this what it feels like to be rested? Oh, why doesn't this happen every day? With a wide yawn, I pull my arms over my head to stretch and then throw back my comforter and hop out of bed. My tablet flashes with a notification. I have an email! Huh. Curious, I open up the email and read it. It's from Dashu. I'm hosting a promotional photo shoot and networking event tomorrow right before XZ's big concert. All sponsored Dashu teams and individuals will be there, and after the shoot we're welcome to stay for the concert. Wait, Dashu sponsors XZ? Guess I shouldn't be surprised. Dashu might be breaking into the world of mecha, but they're a huge name in the sports and entertainment industry. Still, XZ is a supremely popular pop star. His shows get sold out within minutes. Oh God, there is no way I'm passing up such an opportunity. I quickly type out a response confirming my attendance. I'm positive everyone else on the team will go as well, if only for the chance to meet XZ. Grabbing my clothes for the day, I get changed, and then we go downstairs to the kitchen. Nobody's home again? God, it's like I live alone. Opening the fridge, I spot a covered plate left for me, and I unwrap the foil to find oyakodon? Gonna go oyakodon. Not a traditional breakfast, but delicious nonetheless. Nikki must have been practicing her recipes. You might want to make sure it's not laced with liberal amounts of spit, dude. I dig in with gusto, and after eating I notice a note from Nikki. By the time you read this, Uncle Kaido and I will be at the cafe slaving away. Just kidding, he won't be slaving, but I hopefully will. Volunteer work experience for the win! P.S. I spat in your food. Told you. Just kidding, no I didn't. Or did I? Maybe if you're awake you'd know. She actually wrote that. You know, sometimes I wonder about her. At least she's looking to gain some experience in the food and beverage industry, and working at the cafe will give her a lot of insight into what goes into running a restaurant. Guess that means I should decide what I want to do today. I wonder what Yuna's up to today. Between the cooking club and the improv class, hanging out with Yuna has been a blast. I wonder if she's up to anything new today. I pull out my phone and dial her number. It rings a few times. Still going.
Hello?
Hey Yuna.
Oh, hi! Sorry about the delay in picking up. I was working on something and left my phone upstairs.
Oh, sorry if I'm interrupting.
It's okay. I'm just practicing my English.
English?
Yes.
A few seconds of silence pass.
I have a test coming up and coming for speaking.
I have a speaking test coming up would be the more natural way to say it.
Oh, I see. I thought it sounded a bit off.
Do you want to practice with me? If the test is for conversing in English, I can help you with that if you like. No, you can't. You're American. You barely speak the language. Yes, I'm a snob when it comes to the English language and that bastardization you Americans call American English. Ugh. Ugh. Sorry, if you're not going to speak the language properly, don't speak it at all. Admittedly, I come from Newcastle, where, well, I come from an area very near Newcastle. And Newcastle's notorious for having one of the thickest, weirdest accents in the UK. That starts with the phrase, "Why, aye, man?" and then goes from there. So, yeah. Still, but there is something wonderful about Newcastle. Yep. Go to the wrong end of town, say the wrong thing, or wear the wrong shirt, and yeah, you'll get the crap kicked out of you. But go to the right area and you'll find a group of people offering free hugs. It's a weird combination. Well, if the test is conversing in English, I can help out if you like. Yuna answers enthusiastically.
Really? You don't mind?
Not at all.
Then yes, I'd love your help.
I chuckle. You didn't even have to think about it first. Yuna laughs.
I was actually going to call you for help, but I figured you didn't want to spend your Saturday teaching me English, especially when my speaking level is equivalent to that of a child.
I don't mind.
Thank you so much. Do you want to meet at the library?
On campus?
No, I was thinking of the one in Isokaze. We should both be pretty close to it.
Sounds like a plan. See you soon?
Okay, see you there.
After hanging up, I search directions to the library on my phone. It's only a short drive away. Good call, Yuna. I ready myself and head out. Dude, you could walk somewhere, you know. You don't have to ride that bike everywhere. Especially after one of my friends on Facebook decided to put up a rather unpleasant video of footage of various traffic accidents. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and we're all just standing there laughing at it, and we're all just basically like, oh god, this is horrible. You know, if I wasn't laughing, I'd be crying. But yeah, but you know, once you've seen guys on motorcycles get crushed, smashed, and impaled, yeah, you kind of remember that, yeah, bikes can be very dangerous. Once I'm nearby the library, I'm impressed by the magnificence of the building. It's a lot larger than the one at Ace, and the outside architecture is reminiscent of the building style of 30 years ago. It's a great contrast among the more modern structures surrounding it. I can tell the library has a lot of history. I park my bike on the street and follow the path to the library. The path winds through a quaint park with luscious greenery and a small fountain. Food trucks park along the edges, offering tasty treats like ice cream and taiyaki. And before I enter the library, I shoot Yuna a quick text to let her know I'm here, and she responds immediately, telling me to meet her on the second floor. The inside of the library is every bit as modern and reminiscent as the one at Ace, and that doesn't really surprise me. Our modern facility is the most comfortable and technically relevant. It's much more conducive to research. Conducive. And here's me going on about speaking the language properly, and I'm buggering up a word like conducive. Anyway, Yuna greets me at the top of the stairs.
You're here!
I nod.
I managed to book us a private room so we can chat at a normal volume without disturbing anyone.
Sounds good to me. I follow her into the study room. Whereas the private study rooms at Ace also had the basic tables and chairs, this room has a touchscreen wall. Very nice. Yuna's notes were already spread across the table. I admit, I'm a little surprised he said he needed help with English speaking. After all, Hamlet's pretty advanced literature.
Oh, well, I find reading and writing to be a lot easier to grasp because I have more time to think about what I want to say. Plus, I can review what I've already read or written to make sure I'm understanding everything correctly.
She gives me a shaky smile.
But speaking doesn't offer that luxury. I feel like I'm put on the spot, because I kind of am, and I have to respond quickly and correctly. It's really stressful. Plus, it's hard to pronounce everything right. I'm a little jealous by how well you speak Japanese, even though it's not your first language.
Yeah, especially given that in the grand scheme of things, learning, if you're English, learning French or German is relatively straightforward because they're all European languages and they're all ultimately derived from Latin. Whereas, the Eastern languages have completely different derivations and, completely different roots, so you don't even have the advantage of a lot of common words. Well, I use it all the time. Nikki and I speak Japanese to each other at home, plus my mom used to only speak Japanese to us even while we were living in the States.
Oh, so you've had constant practice.
Plus it is easier to become bilingual if you start at a very young age. There has been some talk recently that they should add language classes to effectively pre-primary school education, so kind of infant school level. So sort of year 1 and year 2. Because it's actually much, much easier for children to learn a foreign language at that age than it is later in life. Yep. Anyway, how did you want to practice?
The exam will be formatted to simulate a conversation. So maybe we can just have a normal conversation?
Sounds good to me.
Wait, are we starting?
We already have.
Okay.
She smiles.
My name is Yuna. Yuna Misaki.
I am Richard Parrington. And I go to Ace Academy.
Me too. I am also a student at Ace Academy.
And the voice actress has slipped into a stereotypical accent.
I am studying
She wrinkles her nose as she tries to think of the word.
in the medical program.
Physiotherapy?
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. We continue to speak in English, and even though there are occasional pauses as Yuna tries to recall a word or how to express a thought, she manages to carry the conversation for a long time. Sometimes she'll stop the conversation to check her pronunciation. And the more we practice, the more she improves. The halts in her speech lessen as she speaks with greater confidence. We've talked about so many things today.
Yes, we have.
Yuna smiles.
I am much better at oral now thanks to you.
I can't tell if they're doing it on purpose or not. I'm sorry. Professional mode, get your mind out of the gutter. Mind out of the gutter. Mind out of the gutter. Nope, they definitely did that. Better at speaking. You mean I am much better at speaking now? Yuna blinks.
Oh, I thought oral meant speaking.
Oral means... It does, but... She looks unsure. Should I tell her? It might make things awkward. Oh, she should know what it means. The way you phrased oral in your sentence, she listens closely. It can be interpreted as... Oh, this is difficult to phrase without coming off as perverted. She listens rapidly to my every word. Oh god, how am I supposed to explain this? So, okay. Oral can mean speaking, but it's related to the mouth.
Okay.
The way you phrase your sentence, it can be interpreted as slang for sexual pleasure derived from...
I understand.
Yuna interrupts me and her face turns bright red.
I didn't mean...
She buries her face in her hands. After she has a chance to compose herself, she emerges from behind her hands and her face is still red. I figured it's better you found out from me instead of saying it to the professor. Yuna's eyes widen with horror.
I would have died if that happened.
I don't think she's kidding.
Thanks for telling me, though. I, wouldn't have known otherwise.
I don't think Yuna will ever say the word oral again. Yuna looks at the mound of notes still on her table and sighs. What's wrong?
I still have homework I need to complete for all of my other classes, but I've been so focused on my exam that I haven't even started on anything else. And I have some logistical stuff to take care of for the Dashu event tomorrow.
You mean for the photo shoot? She nods. Yuna will burn out as she hops right into more work. Look, maybe you should take a break before tackling all that.
I don't know. I don't think I have time for one.
She doesn't seem thrilled by the idea of more work, but I think she can be persuaded. Alright, But since I helped you with your English, you have to do me a favour first. Yuna looks at me.
Oh, okay. What is it?
I need to think of an excuse to get her out of the library. What if we... Oh, I got it. Ice cream!
Ice cream?
Yeah, saw a vendor outside. You owe me an ice cream cone. Consider it payment for my tutoring services. Yuna laughs.
I suppose that's only fair.
Success! Shall we?
Sure.
She packs up her stuff and we head out of the library and straight for the ice cream truck. Laughter and chatter floats upon the cool breeze, and I take in the ambience as we wait in line. Yuna studies the flavours but glances at me when she feels my gaze on her, and she flashes me a smile.
Next!
We walk up to the window.
Hello there, young miss. What can I get for you?
Hi, I'll just have a vanilla, please.
Of course! And for you, young man?
A pistachio if you have it.
Coming right up.
Yuna looks at me with curiosity. What's up?
Nothing.
Okay. It certainly doesn't feel like nothing.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Thank you. I go to pay, but Yuna already has a card out and hands it to the man. Free ice cream is the best ice cream. I happily lap at my cone, enjoying my ice cream like a child. Yuna looks at me and laughs. After she pays, Yuna points to a bench.
Let's go take a seat.
Alright. We sit down and stay silent as we enjoy our frozen treat. Never so often I catch her staring at my ice cream. It seems like you wanted the pistachio too. Yuna quickly looks away.
Sorry for staring. It's nothing like that.
So what is it?
It's just a really strange choice of flavor.
I'm sorry? Her eyes widen as she realizes how that came across.
Wait, I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean it's not a popular flavor here. There's only one person I knew who liked pistachio flavor the best.
Her brother? Her eyes become a little dimmer. I wonder who she's talking about. It's her brother, you layman moron. Do you mean Yudai? She blinks at me in surprise, but then nods. Yuna becomes quiet, and she looks away, but not before I catch the way her eyes glisten. And she rubs at her eyes.
Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
It does matter. She looks curiously at me. Look, I don't know what happened to your brother, but I know it must have been something tragic.
How?
Because I can tell from the way everyone avoids his name. She hangs her head.
They do it because of me.
You don't have to feel guilty. She gives me that look again, a mixture of curiosity and bewilderment.
How did you know that?
Because I know what it's like to lose someone you love. Her look softens. Do you know why I came to Itsukase?
To join the pilot program at ACE.
That's only part of it. I came here so Nikki wouldn't have to be alone after our parents died. Her eyes widen, and then she looks down.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, I don't talk about them much. Not even with Nikki. I don't want to think about what happened to them, and sometimes I feel guilty because it feels like I'm trying not to think of them.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yuna takes a deep breath.
Yudai was a pilot too. He was actually the captain of the same team Akira is in now, and Dashu was their first sponsor. Yudai was Ace Academy's hidden jewel. Everyone noticed his potential, and he already had offers waiting for him before he even graduated. But then it happened.
I stay quiet.
He had a cardiac arrest during one of his matches.
I blink in surprise. In all my musings and wonderings, I hadn't even considered that to be a possibility. How did that happen? Pilots are usually in the peak of health. Yuna nods.
We were just as surprised. A few months earlier, though, he developed high blood pressure. He had medication to keep it in order. But during that match, he didn't take his medication.
Oh.
He didn't forget. He wasn't like that. You know that during season matches, you're subjected to drug tests, right?
I nod. That was standard practice back at CINY too. It's Probably standard for all schools.
If he'd taken his medication, it would have showed up on the report. And then that would have revealed his health condition, which would have not only disqualified him from the match, but also jeopardized his entire piloting career.
Yuna looks down.
Being a pilot was his dream.
I think I remember a discussion you and I had a while back. Sorry. Right. You know what, that's actually a good point to end this part anyway. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.